Hi and welcome back. In the last lecture we saw how what does these ribbons contain, and today we will be talking more about Microsoft Excel, basics of Microsoft Excel, and what manipulations we can do to the data. So what I have done is I have downloaded a sample file. You can find this data, the link to this data file in the comment of this video. I've also uploaded it for you guys. So if you download that, you will see this data that is inside. So it appears that this is a data for the different inventory that is made, and there is a unit cost, and then there is a total cost. Yeah, and you can see the total cost has a very small but very simple formula written to it, which is multiplying two cells. So we'll see how it works. So now to manipulate this data, if you are using a mouse, you can simply do a click and paste to select or deselect the data. So for example, if I need to select the first row, first column, so there are two ways to do that. Either you start from the first row column and you go all the way up to um, the 44th row. So what it will do is it will select all the columns, all the rows of the first column. Alternatively, what you can do is that if you simply click on A, it will select the complete column, and it will not select the non-zero columns, rather it will select the complete portion, the complete column from 1 until down. So from A1 until the last, which is A65536. But wait a second, this is 65536, but we saw something of 100,000 rows in the previous tutorial. What is the difference? So if you see here, this is an XLS file. This is an XLS file, and that was XLSX file. There is a difference in the size of these two files. XLS files gives you the rows from 0 to 65535, but in XLSX you get a lot of extra rows. Same goes for the column. You can go up to 3 digits in XLSX, but in XLS you can only go until IV. So you need to be very careful while selecting the data and while selecting this uh, this format, so that your data does not go beyond the limits of this data, to this file. Okay, so let us see what this data is all about. Um, the data we have here is basically giving an order date. It is giving us a region, a representative, what item they have purchased, uh, how many of them, what is the unit cost, and what is the total cost. Now, but if you see the first row, and there is no difference between the first row and the rows below. So if you want to make it a bit um, more visible, all you can do is you can just select it, go to your home screen. Let me just pin it down, and you can do all kinds of formatting from here. You can make it bold, you can change its color, background color, like this, and it seems about right. Okay, similarly, if I want to select all this data and I want to make it a bit, you know a bit smaller in font, so what I can do, I can just simply select it and select it font. Okay, now if you see, the these cells, they are also, they can be dragged as per your requirements. Okay, so if you drag it down, drag it up as you need, they will be dragged. And let's suppose we have this data here and we want to drag it accordingly. Like for example, if this is only 2 or 3 digits and these are more, so what we can do is you can select this portion here. It will select all the rows and all the columns in your Excel file. And now what can you do is you can simply double click on the border like this, and what it will do, it will automatically adjust it accordingly, uh, according to the data inside this. Similarly, if you want to arrange the data the inside the cell, you can do it from here. This will do it in the middle, okay, and within the cell, this will do it on the side, okay. So if you can see that it is only doing it for two of the columns, and the reason is that the rest of columns, they are not um, numeric. They are either decimal points or they are either in the text format. So it is only doing a numeric. Now why is this numeric? Because every date is assigned a single number. We'll see more about that as well. Similarly, if we want to add a border, since this is an Excel sheet, it is not a table. So there is a difference between an Excel sheet and a table. Excel sheet can have multiple tables inside it. Like for example, if I want, I can add a table inside this Excel sheet from here. If I want a table, I want a table here, so I can do that. So now I have one table inside my Excel sheet with my filters and everything. Okay, so it was deleted because we are working currently. Okay, uh, another thing, if you want to hide any of your rows, there are two things you can do. For example, if I don't want the total row to be shown to any other person, I simply click on it. I simply select the row, select the column, just clicking on this alphabet, and right click here and hide. So it will do it. It will hide my G column. You cannot see it anymore. But if you want to see it again, all you need to do is click on any of the and column and unhide um, it like this, and it will unhide. Okay. Similarly, if you want to do further formatting, for example, if you want to change the orientation, what you can do is you can just right click, go to format cells. There are a lot of things, like for example, if you have a currency, you can add decimal places up to it like this. If it is related, if it is date, you can add what format you need. So let us do this afterwards. um, so let me align it first. So if I want, so now right now it is aligned at 0 degree, you can see it like this. But if I want it to be more of a twisted thing, so I can rotate it to the 90 degrees. And now what is the benefit of it? I can further reduce my column size like this. Okay,